welcome back to my channel. Whether you're a student or a mom, it is definitely about that time. Back to school season is here and everybody is out shopping through all the back to school sales. So today I'm going to show you a couple of DIYs. I've been really inspired lately by all these DIYs on Pinterest, so I thought I would combine the two. Now, I'm one of those people who really never grew out of my love for office supplies or school supplies, whatever you want to call them. So I totally plan on using these things. The first one are these adorable graphic notebooks. These came out honestly like better than I thought. Whenever I start a DIY, I'm always slightly nervous that I'm going to end up with something that just gonna be a fail. One thing that is really important to me when you're doing DIYs is that they're actually affordable. I've seen a lot of DIY people do things that are similar to this, but they have you buy things like a X-Acto knife. That's like 10 bucks right there. Or you need Mod Podge, which is another $7. Or you need a super fancy notebook. If you're gonna go through all that trouble, then my opinion is for $2.50 you can probably buy a super cute notebook at the store already pre-made. So I like my DIYs to be affordable as well. So what you're gonna need to make these are obviously notebooks. I found mine at Target for 25 cents, so I think that's a pretty good deal. Next, you're gonna need scrapbook paper, and instead of buying a giant stack of scrapbook paper, which will usually run you about $20, you can buy individual sheets of scrapbook paper, and those I found at Michael's for, I wanna say they were on sale for about 4 for $1, normally 59-ish cents. So I picked up a bunch of scrapbook paper that I thought was cute, and then the last thing I needed was Mod Podge. But when I saw how much Mod Podge actually was, I felt like that was not going to be in line with the affordability factor. So I found a recipe online to make your own Podge Substitute, and it may not work for all Mod Podge projects, but it definitely works for this one. You want to get glue, and not the normal typical washable Elmer's glue or a glue stick. You're going to need a permanent glue, or in this case I used a thing called Glue All, and that's also by Elmer's. It just doesn't say washable on it. And you want to mix that in a little cup or bowl. Me, I used a Tupperware, and you want to add some water to it just to thin it down, and it turned out wonderful. It worked just as good in my opinion. You're going to grab your notebook, and I like to flip it to the back side just because I find it easier to work with that way, and I'm gonna trace out the back of the scrapbook paper using just a pen. Once I have that traced out, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut it with a pair of scissors, and some of the original spiral is going to show, so you're gonna see a little bit of that color here. So I tried to make sure that I picked notebooks that were gonna match. Obviously for me, black I feel matches with everything. Go ahead and apply a thin and even coat of your glue to the front cover of the notebook, and then carefully place your scrapbook paper down. Give it a good rub to make sure there's no air bubbles, and give it a second to really tack on and not completely dry, but where it's not moving around and slippery. The next thing I'm going to do is apply a thin coat of the glue over top of the scrapbook paper. I'm not sure if this actually helps because I haven't had these notebooks for long, but I know that whenever people do DIYs with Mod Podge, they always put the glue on top of the paper as well, and I'm pretty sure it helps. So for under $4, I was able to make 3 notebooks, and I still have glue left over, so I mean technically they weren't $4, a little bit less. So this one's more for you readers out there, or if you are going back to school, I'm sure you will use these. I made these adorable little flower paper clips, and this is about as simple as it looks. You're just gonna need to grab a handful of paper clips. I chose these black and white striped ones because I thought they added a little flair, and then I picked up these little flower ornaments from Michael's. It was $2 for a pack of 12. So the way you make these is super duper easy. You're just going to place a small amount of hot glue to the back of the flower and let it cool down just for a second, because you don't want it to be super goopy and wet. You want it to be a little bit more firm already when you press the paper clip in. And be sure to press the paper clip in not too low, otherwise it kind of becomes useless and very short. So make sure that you're giving yourself some room, and then if you want to make it extra secure, then you can add another dot of the hot glue on top of what you did, and I just feel like it really seals it in there. So that is a super simple DIY. The only negative is they might indent the pages a little bit. If it's something for a planner, then it totally doesn't bug me. But if it's for a book that I care about, then you're gonna love my next DIY. How cute are these? I just think they're so adorable. I saw these on Pinterest and I had to have them. And these are little corner book markers and I'll show you how they work. Just find the page that you want to save, all these important notes, research, and I guess in this case it could be multiple pages too. If you want to bookmark a whole chapter, you can grab multiple pages and then you're just gonna slip this little guy on there. He's pretty much like a little pocket. And there he is. He's reusable and adorable and I just think it's cute. I had to add the glasses. What you're gonna need to make these is pretty simple. Go ahead and grab some of that scrapbook paper and then you're also gonna need an envelope, a pair of scissors, and some glue. Now a glue stick would definitely work for this project. So the first thing you want to do is create yourself a little template. I got the corner of a piece of cardstock and folded it down so that I made a double triangle, which when you open it up is a perfect square. So go ahead and fold it down. You can make these as big or as small as you would like and cut it out so that it's a perfect square. And save this. This is going to be your template. Now you want to take that and put that on an edge of an envelope. Make sure it's the edge that is secured on 3 sides, not the top of the envelope. And trace it out and go ahead and cut that. So now you have like this little pocket that's secured on 3 sides and has, oh no, it's secure on 2 sides and it has 2 sides that are opened. 2 and 2, that's what we're going for. Go ahead and take the front flap of your little square of envelope and pull that back and cut that off, and this gives us the shape that we're looking for. And again, you can test that out on your page, your piece of paper, to see if it's the size that you like, and you can make adjustments accordingly. And this is where the template really comes in handy, because now you can use that exact same square to cut out 2 more shapes from your scrapbook paper. So you're going to need 1 square and 1 triangle, and glue those accordingly to your little envelope. I went ahead and picked patterns that kind of reminded me of scales. I couldn't find anything that was exactly like scales, but these are meant to be kind of like dinosaurs. That was my inspiration for these. Then you can go ahead and cut the remaining pieces out from some black and white cardstock. So that's how I did the eyes and the teeth and the little glasses, or you can just go for something more simple like this. Assemble that bad boy up and you have the cutest little page fold that I could ever dream, that I could ever hope for. So that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if you want to see some more DIYs, and if so, what kind of DIYs you would like to see. You can be sure to hit the subscribe button if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on any future DIYs or any of the other kinds of videos that I do. Check the description box down below for more product information and all the ways you can connect with me on social media. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! I feel like I should name them. Name them for me. You guys tell me, what are their names? What are their names? Are they friends? Do they come here often? Tell me a story.